Shout out to everybody that's here. What up, everybody that's here? Shout out to everybody. If you hit the like button as you're coming in, you don't got to worry about it if you hit it or not. Just hit it coming in, and let's get down to it. It's been a minute. It's been a couple days. And everybody been like, where's Dana? Where's Dana? Well, I miss y'all too. And I've been letting people do what they do. You know? Letting people do what they do, but now I'm back on my saddle. I'm back doing, what in the world? I'm back on my saddle. Time to ride out. We gonna do what we do. Let's have fun doing what we do. You feel me? I don't know what's going on, but social media has been acting crazy lately. Y'all know, it's them people. They trying to control the narrative, but you have to control your narrative, okay? You have to control your narrative, nobody else. So we're going to get into this deep conversation real quick. Y'all see the title? As soon as you look in, it say KELLZ. Then it say banks don't lend money. Paternity. Negotiable instruments. Let's go. And we're going to rock off like this.
She say this her first time drinking. Is it true? She say this her first time.
And I stayed into something. So now I'm closer to God. But being closer is hard. The attacks get stronger, become much harder to fight, and they last longer. That's what it's always been. Joy, pain, dark with the light, sun with the rain.
Sitting on me got me throwing ones. Let's leave the club with this one-on-one. Yeah. Whoa. On my way to you in 1942, finna pull up in a coupe. Me and four them sliding, let's turn that bitch to a zoo. Bad little bitch got the juice, she second to none, not two. Bad little bitch got the juice, she drink straight with no juice. Are you sure this your first time? Sure you in your right mind? I want too many shots and it ain't even 12 o'clock. Are you sure this your first time? Sure you in your right mind? I want too many shots and it ain't even 12 o'clock. She say this her first time drinking. Is it true? She say this her first time drinking. She say this her first time drinking. Dress look painted on her hips. Big body bench, you can park it right here. Come park right here. Girls wanna have fun, sipping on that liquor. She wanna take another shot. Come fuck with a nigga. Big bottles keep pouring up. Dancing on me got me throwing ones. Let's leave the club with this one-on-one. It's her birthday, nails done and her hair laid. Make me wanna fuck it up, make me wanna fuck it up. Party like a Friday, fun day like a Sunday. On Tuesday we fuck it up, but on Tuesday we fuck it up. Are you sure this your first time? Sure you in your right mind? I want too many shots and it ain't even 12 o'clock. Are you sure this your first time? Sure you in your right mind? I want too many shots and it ain't even 12 o'clock. She say this her first time drinking. Is it true? She say this her first time drinking. She say this her first time drinking. Dress look painted on her hips. Big body bench, you can park it right here. Girls wanna.
And I stayed into something. So now I'm closer to God. But being closer is hard. The attacks get stronger, become much harder to fight, and they last longer. That's what it's always been. Joy with the pain, dark with the light, sun with the rain. With the right perspective, there can be something to gain.
I know no bitches text me, so they gon' kill me. Then why they just play with her? They know that 40 and stay with her. I'm smoking on they don't play with her. If you ball a bitch, I fuck around and break the rim. I should get trapped, but yeah, I be trapped. Put a pound on your head, little nigga. She think I'm a little nigga when she thought I'm catching. I'm breaking my back in. It's mess up her ass for her head, yeah. Rocky got me turned up on the yeah. Now I got this bitch like in the air. Got a fast for getting this bread. Money don't drive my nuts like a lead, babe. Trap but up for chasing it. When you shining, you can't rush the process, man. I swear to God, it comes mess up her ass for her head, yeah. Rocky got me turned up on the yeah. Now I got this bitch like in the air. Got a fast for getting this bread. Money don't drive my nuts like a lead, babe. But I got this shit out the mud, bitch. The money feel good when it come from chasing it. When you shining, you can't rush the process, man. I swear to God, it come for perfect timing. In the projects, 50 can jewelry, yeah, I'm switching up the climate. Sleep on the couch, now it's so common. If I got blow me a nigga, I know they gon' try make me look like a monster. I'm from Baltimore, better keep you a stick one ride with no armor. I lost noodles and niggas, some niggas.
But I know that there's more. More for you, more for us.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
DJ discretion.
Flow still sick, I ain't talking that pandemic.
Say you love it, what you gon' do now? Hope you're ready, cause I'm really about to put it down. Girl, you know that I will never disrespect you. We love tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spank you. That ass count, gotta make it last down. Start off slow, then I'ma beat it up.
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe. You come at the king, you best not miss.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody that's here? Hey. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Mama Mary, I see ya. Mama Mary's in the building. There she go. Bow. Mama Mary's in the building. Oh, man. Whew. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. But first, I want to start off. I want to say, y'all know, and regardless of situations, good people always find good people, right? So I'm going to say shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody that this government tried to make sick, but they beat it. No more pandemic. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, because we're going to talk about some stuff today. I do want to say, with deepest regards, I'm going to keep Hollywood Next and her husband Robert Lee in my prayers. His mom passed. So, you know, they preparing for the final goodbyes and everything. Death is never easy. So, you know, definitely want to keep Hollywood Next and Robert Lee in your prayers. as they embark on this situation that's going on. Because this is the most trying time, is when a loved one passes away. This is when everybody's true feelings come out. And 9 times out of 10, everybody want the bag. So let's pray that everything goes well with them. Let's pray that he's able to lay his mom to rest and, you know, enjoy his last days with his mom, you know, as we see her, as they see her as a earthly shell. All right. So, hey, she'll be back. For everybody that love Hollywood Next, she'll be back. Trust and believe, she'll be back. But you know me, I got a big heart, so I don't play those games. But shout out to Hollywood Next and Robert Lee as they bury his mom. All right. Whew. Got that out the way. Okay. So, I see some familiar faces. Mama T0307, what's going on? If you in here, DeWan somewhere behind. Antonio Gray, what's up? B White, EJ, Will, Miss Lady T, what's going on? I'm gonna jump right into it, man. Look, for 3 years we seen the R. Kelly sector infiltrated, and we seen it used. We seen R. Kelly himself used and abused, right? We also see people who don't mean anything come out and throw shots and do stuff and this and this. So if it's not directed, it ain't respected. You feel me? And that's how I'm carrying it. If it ain't directed, it ain't respected. So I'm not going to even elaborate. But I've learned from this one lady that when you do things, you got to be real calculated and be very careful at what you do. So one day I was in my blind mode and I was snooping. And somebody left a picture up when they were scrolling through their stuff. I said, let me get that. Snatch box. Let me open that. So when I told you that people were Tasha K fans from day one, that's what, I meant. A lot of people say, oh no, this one lady, and she hate Tasha K. She's never been a Tasha K fan. She always loved Cardi and this and this. No. I'm going to go here. Women lie. Men lie. But pictures don't. And when you leave things open and a person like me is around, you better be very careful. I believe this Tasha K, right? This is a video that the person put up there, whatever. But pay attention. Tasha K got 305,000 followers now with 757 posts. But this person have followed Tasha K through Instagram since 2019, and they both follow 4 people. I wonder who the 4 people is. But when I say you do a story on Tasha K, because that's the hottest bag out, and because you run with a crew that hate Tasha K, that's what you do. I put it out there to show folks that almost everybody compromises their self to try to get ahead. One thing I learned about YouTube, you meet some genuine people here. But you also, hey Scott, but you also got to be aware, because a lot of these people that say they genuine, they ain't. They in it for a reason. So I'm going to break some stuff down to y'all today that a lot of y'all don't know. And the first thing is this. we're going to talk about, the first thing we're going to talk about is, real quick, and I'm going to just run it past. Let's tackle the R. Kelly thing. Look, he haven't spoken with anybody. He can't. He on lockdown. I know some of the people that he is speaking with now. Thank God to a good meeting I had this morning. If you're going to send anything to Robert, send it to, I was told to send it to the Western Union. That's what I was told. Also, send it to Des Moines, Iowa, whatever that is. Those are only two places. Western Union and Des Moines, Iowa. I don't know nothing else. Next thing is what else? He's preparing for what he have coming up in New York. And I know I've been hearing people say, "Oh, what about Chicago? What about Chicago?" If New York trial get overturned, there is no Chicago. And like I said once before, once he gets some lawyers to tackle the real Chicago case, that's double jeopardy. And I've showed that. Don't care what nobody else say on their platform. Oh, no, it's not double jeopardy because it's a scandal and this and this. If you are admitting that he's locked up behind a scandal, you are also admitting that everything that's being said about him is false, because a scandal is not always real. 99% of a scandal is opinion. And you can't keep somebody locked up or lock somebody up off of opinion. All right, let's get into it. The parent-child relationship and the suit affecting the parent-child relationship. This is what most people, when you go to court and you go to this thing that they call child support court, which is a kangaroo court because it don't exist. No such thing of child support court. I'm sorry to bust some bubbles, but today people going to get mad at me. I come with facts. I come with truth. All right. Now, here's the case that most child support agencies run with. Hold on, let me see. Golly, what's going on over there? Neighbors over there fighting? Oh, Jesus. This is the suit that most, child support agencies run with. Title 5. The parent-child relationship and the suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Subtitle: See Judicial Resources and Services. Chapter 201. Associate Judge. Subchapter A. Associate Judge. Okay. Section 201001. Appointment. A judge of a court having jurisdiction of a suit under this title, Title 1, Chapter 45, or Title 4, may appoint a full-time or part-time associate judge to perform the duties authorized by this chapter if the commissioner's court of a county in which the court has jurisdiction authorizes the employment of an associate judge. Stop. Watch this. If you read it, right, it says, I'm going to take it from or Title 4, may appoint a full-time or part-time associate judge to perform the duties authorized by this chapter if the commissioner's court of a county in which the court has jurisdiction authorizes the employment of an associate judge. Stop. Here's the question. How do a court have jurisdiction over a living man or a living woman? And I've been teaching this to y'all for the longest. How do a court have jurisdiction over a living man or a living woman? And if that was true, that they had jurisdiction, look at subsection B. The key word, if a court has jurisdiction in more than one county. Q, if a court has jurisdiction in more than one county. An associate judge appointed by the court may serve only in the county in which the commissioner's court has authorized the associate judge's appointment. Stop. When you go file, hey Truth, when you go file for child support, right? Child support send you where? To this thing called child support court, right? Well, the commissioners never appointed a judge because you never went to commissioner's court. You went to an agency. Then the agency took you to the agency and referred you to a court. Wait, so that means you went to an agency and then went straight to a court, but I got a judge. But what about the commissioner's court? You've never been there. That's why if you debate child support, they say, oh, we're going to send you to a hearing. That's commissioner's court when you go to the hearing. So, let's go down a little more further. C, if more than one court in the county has jurisdiction of a suit under this title, wait a minute. If more than one court in a county has jurisdiction of a what? A suit, aka lawsuit. A lawsuit. A lawsuit. So, how are you being held in violation? How are you being held in contempt in violation for not paying child support? If this is a lawsuit, how are you being held in contempt for not paying child support? This is not making sense to anybody, is it? Well, I keep telling everybody, you do not get locked up for not paying child support. That's illegal. Because you clearly see it says suit, jurisdiction of a suit under this title. You clearly see suit right here. So therefore, you can't go to jail for contempt under a lawsuit. So what do you go to jail for? Because you broke in and you violated the contract that you signed. Everything is contract law. And we're going to go through some tabs to break it all down. So it says, or Title 4, the Commissioner's Court may authorize the appointment of an associate judge. Okay, got all that. Okay. This section does not apply to an associate judge appointed under subchapter B or C. And then they have all the ads and everything. Then they have the acts right here. Section 201.002 qualifications. Except as provided by subsection B, to be eligible for appointment as an associate judge, a person must meet the requirements and qualifications to serve as a judge of the court or courts for which the associate judge is appointed. To be eligible for appointment as an associate judge under subchapter B or C, a person must meet the requirements and qualifications established under those subchapters. Stop for a second. Here's what I'm going to let you know. Mothers that have to show up for child support court. Fathers that have to show up for child support court. Before you enter into that court, don't wait till the last day before you got to go to court. When you first get your summons If you don't know how to answer the summons, okay, then you follow their rule. But before you do, go get the judge's oath of office. First thing. If the judge don't have an oath of office, anything that happened in there is void. If you don't have if the judge don't have an oath of office, it's void, and that judge can be locked up right there on the spot by the bailiff. Antonio Gray said, in Illinois, though, if you are a certain amount, they will lock you up. Okay, I'll show you how to combat that. No, because see, in Georgia, they tried, but they tried with certain people. An associate judge shall be paid a salary determined by the commissioner's court of the county in which the associate judge serves. If an associate judge serves in more than one county, the associate judge shall be paid a salary as determined by agreement of the commissioner's courts of the counties in which the associate judge serves. Okay, I got a whole lot in this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip that. And I'm going to ask you, what is paternity? Because they say paternity must be established, right? They quick to say that. Paternity must be established. So we got to come in and make sure that the parents know what they're doing. Paternity must be established. Even when you're married, paternity must be established for the child. Everything I just said don't adhere to you. Don't belong to you. What up, Ronell? And I'm going to tell you why. What is paternity? This is about to blow your mind. Paternity is the fact of being a father. You don't see mother. The fact of being a father. The relationship of a father. The Latin paternitas is used in the Canaan law to denote a kind of spiritual relationship contracted by baptism. Uh-oh. 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 Check it. Check it. Uh-oh. Is this why they don't ask the mothers for a paternity test? Unless they go through the fathers first? And this is from Black Law Dictionary, just in case you don't know. Unless you don't know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just had to let you know, like, yeah, I'm 100% in a Black Law Dictionary. So, check it. The fact of being a father, not a mother. The relationship of a father, not a mother. The Latin paternitas is used in the Canaan law to denote. What do denote mean? Let's see. Denote means to be a sign of or indicate. Wow. So, what is paternity? The fact of being a father, the relationship of a father, the Latin paternitas is used in the Canaan law to denote, means to be a sign. A kind of spiritual relationship contracted by baptism. Wow. So, with that being said, you got to understand the 12 presumptions of Roman law, Canaan law, 3228. This is all fraud. and anybody can use this. Roman system of laws. Romans most lasting and widespread contribution was its law. Early Romans dealt mostly with the rights of Roman citizens. Romans came to believe that laws should be equal, rich or poor. Okay. After the diagnosis of dementia in February 2014 by her GP and the withholding of this diagnosis from me, then the attempted theft of my mother's assets by Wirrell's Council's adult social services mental health team behind my back. This is cutting a very long story very short. I found out about her condition 11 and a half months later by chance. Within 2 months, they made allegations against me of financial abuse and neglect. When the fact of the matter, it was them. They went on the attack before I could uncover what they were not doing. They froze her money and went on to dehydrate and kill her. This happened in the care home. Like I said, I started studying and came across what I have pasted below. So pretty much this is his 12 Kanan Laws, and 1, the presumption of public record. 2, the presumption of public services. 3, the presumption of public oath. And I'm going to read this one because everybody need to know this. Is that all members of the private bar guild acting in the capacity of public officials who have sworn a solemn public oath remain bound by that oath and therefore bound to serve honestly, impartially, and fairly as dictated by their oath, unless openly challenged and demanded. The presumption stands that the private bar guild members have functioned under their public oath in contradiction to their guild oath. If challenged, such individuals must recuse themselves as having a conflict of interest and cannot possibly stand under a public oath. And the presumption of immunity, the presumption of summons, the presumption of custody, the presumption of court of guardians, the presumption of court of trustees, the presumption of government acting, the presumption of equiter descentort, the presumption of incompetence is the presumption of guilt. So I have all of these. If you need them, hit me. These are the 12 presumptions of the Roman Kanan law, which is used against us, the people, every day. Now, my homeboy Ro, back at it. I keep telling y'all, we practice what we preach. He went into the bank, and you see it, proof without prejudice works, and banks don't lend money. So let's look at this and see what we're talking about.
Yeah, one of the ladies was saying that they were putting my check on hold for reserving my rights. What's the deal with that?
Oh, I have no idea.
I mean, am I being punished for reserving my rights?
Yeah, she can get it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was told y'all were putting the check on hold for reserving my rights.
No, because if you signed, the way you signed it, is that on?
No.
Why is it?
Because my brother's on the other line.
But the camera, the light is on the back.
Oh. Let's see if I can turn it off. Or y'all, even if I am, what's the deal
No,
with that?
my thing is because you're not responsible for it.
Well, here's the deal. I overstand banking.
Mm-hmm.
I overstand the banks don't loan money.
Wait. And you hear what she said? By you signing it like that and you reserving all your rights, it's saying that you're not responsible for it. He said, I overstand banking. She said, mm-hmm. And then he said, then I know that bank don't lend money. Now watch this.
Now, am I going to pay it? Yes, I'm going to pay it. The reason why I'm trying to pay it is to build the straw man's credit up. That's the purpose of it. If I don't pay it, then I can't build a straw man's credit. As a man, everything's prepaid. See where I'm going with it? You can hardly do anything without the straw man. So, in the position you're in, you understand what I'm talking about. Most people don't understand banking and understand banks don't loan money. They only deal in securities.
Okay, my thing is, the only thing that we have to have is when it comes back, if it does to come back, then what you're saying is you're not liable for it. And it's in your account.
Well, then I'll just mark out that without prejudice.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
That's just the only thing that we have, is that with this, you're saying you're not liable for it. And if it comes back, in other words, you're not responsible if it comes back. So if we give you money and then you don't want to pay us, that takes you off. And
well, then I'll just put a mark through it and initial.
That's why I'm saying we would have to put a hold on it. That way we know it clears, and then you can have it.
Well, I was needing to go out of town today, so if y'all aren't going to do that, then I can just take the check and the original ink signature that gets monetized on and keep it. But there's a problem because y'all have already endorsed it with your stamp, which means y'all have already accepted it.
No, we can cancel the endorsement.
Well, and I can just mark out that without prejudice, and then we'll be fine.
Let me ask. Because I mean, we actually have to stamp it. We don't just X out of it. We put on there cancel endorsement.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just trying to build a straw man account, so I have every intention of paying it. I understand all the banking.
No, I mean I understand you too, but I mean I'm just saying because that's the way you endorsed it.
Yeah, well that's fine. Just find out if I can just mark through it and then initial it.
Okay.
That's my my deal on there.
So wait, if banks lend money, right? Because there is no money. Why would she have to go get an authorization? Let's finish listening.
He's wanting to, because I told him we would have to put a hold on it. Since he signed it that way. Yes. $1,000.
Okay. So with that being said, it's a proven fact that she had to get approval for that, right? So let's go out of this. For everybody that's married or that want to get married, you ain't gonna like me. Black Law Dictionary. This is Black Law Dictionary edition 5. And here it is right here. Final judgment in civil orders. April 11, 2014. When you applied for a marriage license, a private for non-profit franchise of the United Nations doing business as the state of whatever state you got married in, claimed a custodial ownership interest in your marital relationship and the products resulting from it. On the basis of your own signature, this entity secretively claimed to own you, your wife, and your children as chattel. Y'all seen that once before. According to them, when you apply for a marriage license, the nature of the marriage contract changes and becomes a civil contract. Marriage is a civil contract to which there are three parties: the husband, the wife, and the state. Wait a minute. Say it again. Marriage is a civil contract to which there are three parties: the husband, the wife, and the state. And here's the case law to prove it. Van Coten versus Van Coten. Did you ever intend to give a foreign privately owned corporation merely calling itself the state of whatever permission to distribute your assets in a divorce, to force you to pay alimony and child support, or to seize custody of your minor children under armed force? Were these results of signing a marriage license ever disclosed to you by the state? Did the state disclose its identity and nature as a franchise of a foreign for-profit, privately owned corporation? You were never required to have a marriage license to be fully married. Hold on, let me see. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, you were never required to have a marriage license to be lawfully married. But was that fact ever fully disclosed to you by the state? We think not. Hold on. So this is what you can do. You have the absolute right to rescind your signature from any contract that was not fully disclosed to you. Such a contract is null and void, as if it never existed at all, and all payments and other assets distributions exercised under it are subject to return to the lawful owners, plus reasonable interest. You are not obligated by any contract obtained under conditions of fraud, deceit, or non-disclosure. The state is culpable for its failure to disclose. Any demand that you produce a marriage license as a prerequisite to access services and benefits to which you were otherwise entitled, such as medical insurance coverage for your spouse, are illegal monopoly inducements. Stop. But didn't they say Robert Kelly married Aaliyah? Well, in court, we found out that Aaliyah didn't get no type of benefits, and neither did Robert. We also learned that Robert had nothing to do with that situation. So when we learn their law clearly states that you have the absolute right to rescind your signature from any contract that was not fully disclosed to you. So if a marriage is a contract, right? Where was Aaliyah's signature and where was Robert's signature on the contract? It wasn't there. So therefore, the contract never took place. It never manifested. So why was they even trying to lock Robert up for Aaliyah anyway, when the contract, and it clearly says, is null and void? And that's with signatures. With a signature, if the contract was not fully disclosed to you, is null and void. So what is a contract with no signatures? Make this make sense. It's nothing but a feeling and somebody else's belief. So now we're looking at Robert Kelly locked up over what? Feelings and other people's beliefs, which is unlawful. And then right here say, in the presence of God, Pope Francis, and the world, let it be known to all living and dead, and to all those, and at the bottom say, who oppose. So when the courts demanded that they produce the marriage license of R. Kelly and Aaliyah, they couldn't do it because it never was signed. So when you have these people that's running around talking about, he married Aaliyah, what about he married Aaliyah? You have the absolute right to rescind your signature. So if no contract was signed, where was the marriage? Now that makes sense. That's how they was able to get an annulment in a whole nother state, because it never happened and the contract is null and void. And the reason why they got the annulment in Detroit and not Chicago, because the way law runs, you have to get an annulment in a state that you are married in. Well, since nobody was married, and since the contract is null and void because there were no signatures, you can get an annulment to make sure it don't go on record. See, these are the games that the people play. And when you look at the real games, it's documented. This is why they don't want us to read. This is why they don't want us to have Black Law Dictionary, editions 1 through 9. Because the more they update it, they're going to say, okay, they're going to be stuck on edition 1, so we're going to update it 8 more times. Because we know they ain't going to read that much. But it's right here in front of your face. It's right here in front of your face. So when you have that, hey, so let's jump to banking real quick, because I'm going to come back to that. Let's jump back to banking. I told y'all everything is ran off of acceptance and conditional. And you heard Rose say, we all know that all debts are prepaid. So we have definition of acceptance. A bill of exchanges happen when the word acceptance is stamped on a bill and includes a signature. The written word acceptance is not required. A signature on the bill is required for it to be valid. Rules regarding acceptance. The acceptance needs to be absolute and has to correspond with the terms of an offer. Wait a minute. It have to be in terms of an offer. The acceptance have to be communicated by conduct or words. The acceptance is communicated when provided in a certain manner. Acceptance cannot be conditional. The mental acceptance or acceptance that is uncommunicated cannot produce the contract. Let's look at 5. The mental acceptance or acceptance that is uncommunicated cannot be the contract. So why are you going to court again? Because they mentally trying to make you accept a contract. Or that they don't talk to you first. So they just send you a contract. Oh, come on in for child support court. Wait. That's uncommunicated contract. No. 6, there has to be a mode of acceptance. 7, there has to be a time element regarding acceptance. 8, completion of acceptance is required. Let's go back to 7. Don't they tell you Well, you have 7 days to answer this. If not, we're going to take action. Wait. There has to be a time element regarding acceptance. So if you answer that within them 7 days, you accepted their contract. Contract law is a mother. In order to form an agreement, an offer has to be made by one individual to another. A clear-cut acceptance to the offer is a must. So why are you paying child support again? Because if they gave you your due process, they know you wouldn't agree to their contract. The agreement becomes a contract once it can be enforced by the law. So when you show up to child support court and you agree to do something, look, at first it's just an agreement. The agreement becomes a contract once it can be enforced by the law. An offer or acceptance without a contract is not a legally binding contract. That's why you go to jail for contempt, not child support. Are there different kinds of contract acceptance? An acceptance on a bill can be classified as a general acceptance and qualified acceptance. General acceptance is considered absolute and is considered general when it is unqualified and unconditional. Acceptance that is given assent without being qualified for is general acceptance. The person, here we go with that word, the person. Do y'all remember what a person is? Let's go there. The person, huh? Let's go there. Person. And you see what it's saying? Person. All cap name created by the state, dead entity, under codes and acts, government jurisdiction, slave, public, fiction, possessed by entity. Now look what it say. The person accepting an order to pay a certain amount in full without any condition is a general acceptance. This is a common form of acceptance unless other payment arrangements are made. An acceptance has to be general to be valid as a general rule. Acceptance is qualified when the person accepting includes a condition when accepting an instrument. There are 3 types of acceptance: express acceptance, implied acceptance, conditional acceptance. Types of acceptance: conditional acceptance. This is what we love right here. A conditional acceptance is often referred to as a qualified acceptance. This happens when a person who is given an offer tells the person who made that offer that he or she will agree to the offer if there are some changes made to the terms and conditions, or in the event of something happening. A conditional acceptance is useful when you are unsure of how your situation will turn out, or if there are things that could alter your current standing. Hey, love yourself. It's still happy birthday for you. How you doing, Daphne? Then it says, this is also used as a counteroffer. A counteroffer has to be accepted by the original person who offers before the contract is established. It places expectations on the acceptance of the offer. Conditional acceptance is mostly commonly 5 types: qualified to place, qualified to amount, qualified to time, acceptance by some only, acceptance for installment payments. Hey, Denise, what's going on, sis? So This is what we love, the conditional acceptance. But also look at this once again. Housing and housing authorities, bonds and coupons are negotiable instruments. All bonds and interest coupons issued under the provisions of sections 4333.767 through 4333.797 have all the qualities and incidents of negotiable instruments under the provisions of the Mississippi Uniform Commercial Code, and in exercising the powers granted by sections 4333.767 through 797, the State Board Commission shall not be required to and need not comply with the provisions of the Mississippi Universal Commercial Code. So with that being said, I summed all that up in an hour. I could have stretched it out, but I gave it to you in an hour. All is good. Cool. That's what I like to hear. So, y'all learned so much in such short time. So now y'all understand why I say what I say. And for people that sit back and say, he keeps saying there's no money. He keeps saying there's no money, but I got money. You do? So, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you got money, how is there debt? Then let's go here before we go there. Here we go. Here we go. Pay attention. Before HJR 192 was passed, Executive Order 6102 was signed into effect by President Roosevelt. This executive order required all gold and gold certificates, birth certificates, gold certificates, to be surrendered to the federal government by May 1st, 1933. House Joint Resolution 192 was then passed by Congress on June 5th, 1933. This law was passed to do away with the gold clause in the Constitution and in all public and private contracts. Here we go. In 1933 was also when the United States went what? Bankrupt. Which was not the first time that it went what? Bankrupt. In fact, the United States was so far in debt that it went bankrupt 2 additional times previously, once in 1789, forming the Constitution so the states could sign on as security for the Fed's debts, and then in 1861, when the southern states said no more and wanted to succeed rather than sign on to another pledging of assets to pay the federal government debt. Then in 1933, and with HJR 192, they took all the gold, all the true money, all the property, and instituted eminent domain and property taxes, divided land titles, and instituted the income tax to control the labor of the people. In addition, with HJR 192 is when they instituted the birth certificates to control the people and have the future American people become the collateral for all of the federal government debts. You don't gotta believe me. It's right there in front of your face. Then in 1933, and with House Joint Resolution 192, HJR 192, they took all the gold, all the true money, all the property, and instituted eminent domain and property taxes, divided land titles, and instituted the income tax to control the labor of the people. In addition, with HJR 192 is when they instituted the birth certificates to control the people and have the future American people become the collateral for all the federal government debts. Yes, that's right. Your birth certificate is the title to your body, and it has been pledged as an asset. The holder has the right to the taxes and fines, fees, etc. that you pay to the government through judgments, court cases, payroll, income taxes, property taxes, etc. I can go deeper, but if I go any deeper, y'all gonna want to kill yourself. So, like I said, it gets deeper. And the Rothschilds are the ones that had them remove everything so that way they can institute this situation. But if you want me to go deeper, I go deeper. From the very beginning, the government was indebted to European bankers as a result of the revolution. How ironic that we had to borrow money from England to pay for the war we fought against them. So fast forward to the early 1900s, and you'll come across several key events that make it quite obvious there was a master plan at work to enslave the people. If you read a book named The Creature from Jekyll Island, you'll become intimately acquainted with the happenings in the year 1910, when 6 men who were either elite bankers or politicians met in a secret place named Jekyll Island, the Rothschilds. And Jekyll Island was turned to Turtle Island. That's what it was, Turtle Island. The purpose of this meeting was to formulate plans for economics reform for the United States. This is where the banking cartel began in this country. The idea of a central bank had always been rejected. And so the men who met on Jekyll Island needed to come up with a way to trick the people into allowing a central bank to be instituted. I'm going to ask y'all this question. Every time a foreign president is killed or a foreign ruler is killed, what is the first thing that they put in there? A central banking system. In Muammar Gaddafi country, 2 days after he died, what they put in there? A central banking system. Israel, you do not have a bank loan at all. You're late to the party. You do not have a bank loan. A bank cannot give you money. A bank cannot even loan you money. How can a bank loan you money when a bank deal in stocks, bonds, and securities? They take it from your private account that they don't want nobody to know about. Have you ever asked yourself this? Why can't you get paid from your job without using your slave social security number? Go fill out your paperwork and don't put your social security number on there. I bet you don't get paid. So I ain't want to bring it to y'all like that, but hey, the truth sets you free. Now, this is the process that we use. We pay our loans by discharging debts. This is what we do. And we use it with HJR 192. But I'll tell you this. Do not try this method if you haven't reclaimed your birthright. If you do it, they will push it through. By the time the IRS hits your whole account, they'll see you haven't accepted. They'll see that you haven't reclaimed your birthright. And guess what? They coming after you. They coming after you. So This is the way that we and the people that reclaim their birthright, we pay our bills this way. All of my student loans are gone. All of them. And you'll see like once they put that through, the cancellation debt, all that, look, the scheduled payment, amount paid, by past due, all this. Everything was paid. So I'm just hipping y'all to something. You know? That's how we pay our stuff. So when people sit back like, oh, he paid his child support. Thank you. I live in private. I don't live in public. I'm not a 14th Amendment slave. I did the necessary paperwork. I reclaimed my birthright. Now, I'm going to give you the first step to reclaiming your birthright. Once you do it, if you want to go further, email me and we'll break it down, and I'll do a private Zoom class because I won't put that public. I'll do a private Zoom class and I'll walk you through the paperwork that you need. First thing you have to do is go to your state, wherever you were born, and get your COLB. COLB, C-O-L-B, as in boy, C-O-L-B, which stands for Certificate of Live Birth. They're going to try to not give it to you, but they're going to say, oh, we got your birth certificate. You want your certificate of live birth. And then they might say, oh, you want it short or long form? It don't matter. It don't matter. Okay, Denise, that's fine. It don't matter. You want your certificate of live birth. If they say short or long form, it don't matter. Then they might say, so what you want it for? It's none of your business. I choose not to disclose that. So they're going to do everything to try to deter you from getting your COLB. And they're going to say, well, your birth certificate is just as good. No, it's not. I need my COLB. And then when they finally give it to you, you walk out. You pay for it, but you walk out. And I think it's $1 more than a regular birth certificate. But your COLB, the reason why they don't want to give it to you is because it have your serial number, it have both of your seals, and it have your QSEP number twice on there. They know with the COLB, you can get your Dooney and Burke's number and all that. Your Burks and Bradstreet number, I'm sorry. I said Dooney and Burke. And you get your Duns and Bradstreet number. And you get your Duns and Bradstreet number. So, I'm just giving you facts on what they don't want you to know. So, once you go get your COLB, holler at me. Holler at me. Hey, Tonya, Lady T. Wilson. Long time no hear from the sea. Hey. So, once you get that, then come holler at me. Living in a private is not bad. Also, she told me to go to the Department of Health. That's right. But, Israel, you got to be very careful because your mom took an oath. And you got to realize that your mom honor is to that oath. When she took an oath, it made her an inalienable alien. Because she's not under the Constitution no more. She's with the oath. Okay, cool, Denise. Kanita, Jerry, and you. Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah. Come on down. Come on down. So, I'm just letting y'all know what's going on, okay? I'm letting y'all know what's going on. Also, I have some auditions coming up, so I'll be focusing a lot on that. So when I come on live, it might be split day and night, sometime day, you know. But I have some major auditions that I need to focus on. And that's what's going on. That's what I'm focusing on now. Y'all just wish me luck that I get these major roles, like the Tyler Perry role that I'm auditioning for, some other stuff, some other major events that I'm auditioning for. I just submitted. And for all y'all Power fans, I just submitted yesterday for Power. I think it's Chicago with Tommy. I just submitted for a villain role. So y'all wish me luck on that jump. If I get that, y'all gonna be seeing me a lot coming from a trailer. So that's what's going on. I'm going to be putting up a lot of acting stuff on this page. A lot of, like, when I want to cut up and act stupid, I'm going to go to my other pages. I got to do it this way now. Because now I've been told, like, yo, you can't do that no more. All right. Cool. When you're in Rome, you got to play like the Romans do until you get what you want. So, hey. That's what's going on, I don't know what else to say, but it's getting serious out here. Protect your kids at all costs. But if you got a sweet tooth like I do, and I'm mad because we sold out, go to your local Walmart and get some JD's Vegan. It's not ice cream. It's not sherbet. It's dairy-free frozen dessert. You got your flavors like strawberry sweetheart, chocolate my way, welcome to Atlanta peach cobbler, oh baby, that key lime pie, that 404 cookies and cream, and that hellified apple butter. Go to your Walmart, pick one up today. If you're looking for a social platform that's made for us, designed by us, created by us, bring your tail over to WeGotUps.com, www.WeGotUps.com. Tell them, Q.
Yeah, what's up? This your homeboy Ice Cube. You know what it is, the West Coast Warlord, the Grand Wizard. Don Mega is in the house. Now check this out. I'm inviting you to join the official Black People Social Network, WeGotUps.com. That's WeGotUps.com. 100% black on, man. I see you here, boys. I see you. You out there doing it, man. And as we say in the Big 3 League, we got ups, baby. So WeGotUps.com. Check it out, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, black people, we definitely need to socialize, get together, figure out this system we are going through. So, you know, WeGotUps.com promises to be that place. Like I said, black owned. Gotta love it. And, you know, willing to make sure that you guys make a social connection. So, WeGotUps.com, you know, from your homeboy Ice Cube. Got to throw up the dub, you know, for that. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, man, official Black People Social Network. You know, I get it right. Don't worry about nothing. Just join, man. Join the official Black People Social Network. WeGotUps.com. WeGotUps.com, man. That's easy, man. We got ups, baby. We got ups. Your homeboy Ice Cube, and I'm out. Throwing up the dub for We Got Ups, man. Check it out.
And when you come over, turn that blue gray when you look up official DanaJay. Guess what? I'm up out of here. Peace. I'll see y'all later. Very soon.
Swimming in you. Hey, little mama. Said I wanna take her. Dipping your pool. Just go for a little dive there.